It's too easy to complain about what we don't have rather than deeply appreciate what we do have. And I'm not just talking about possessions, the things that you own or that you manage for someone else. I'm talking about the greatest gift that any of us have anywhere in the world: opportunity. Opportunity is this packaged presence that, when it's opened, can become unbelievable for your future. Unfortunately, opportunity is often hidden behind hard work. Opportunity is hidden behind struggle. In some places, opportunity is hidden behind spiritual evidences, behind religion, behind politics, behind worldviews. But opportunity doesn't go away. It may mean that there's another layer of obstacle between you and your greatest opportunity. But the destiny of your life that's attached to opportunity is always yours. I just spent a week in another country, a little more than a week, but we had an opportunity to invest in 3 different communities there, to spend time with the local people, to spend time with the school-aged kids on their summer break, to see how they interact. We had an opportunity to be fed by them, both emotionally and physically. And the kids and the parents and the leaders in those communities, they would roll out the red carpet for us. Now, there was a period after about a week that we realized that every meal, pretty much every meal, consisted of rice and beans and some meat of some sort. It's really easy as Americans to be a little bit put off by that and want something a little different, a little more diverse. In fact, one of the comments was made when we got back to America by one of the people who traveled with us. I think you could eat at a different fast food restaurant every day for a year and never eat the same place twice, much less the same meal twice. But where we were, we ate the same meal over and over and over again. Here was one major distinction, though. We got rice and beans and a meat and often a fruit or a dessert offering and coffee all day long. But the kids and the parents who were serving us got rice and beans, and that was it. And for many of them, that meal was the greatest meal they've had in a while. And they would eat right after us because there wasn't enough table space for us all to eat at the same time. We would eat in shifts. But we would eat rice and beans and a meat and a fruit and have some coffee and some bottled water. And then right after we were done, they would get rice and beans and water. For them, that was an upgrade from the normal day, but it wasn't quite what we had. If you have never been outside of America except to go to a resort community, to go on a cruise, to go visit Europe and see all the fantastic things in Europe, then I want to challenge you to set aside some funds, to plan to go on a trip to Cuba or to Guatemala or to Honduras or to South America or to the Congo, someplace where poverty is the norm and not an exception. Go to one of those places where people live on $30 or $40 a month, what many Americans would desire for an hourly wage. And they raise a family for a month on that kind of income. Look at the places in the world where they are satisfied, content with what they have, even though what they have is so little. Now, that doesn't mean they're not ambitious. It doesn't mean they're not looking for every opportunity. It just means that they don't complain with what they have. Now, the entitlement generation, the attitude of entitlement, hasn't stopped at America's borders. If you've watched this program for any length of time, you know that I've talked about that in Nigeria. I've seen it in the Congo firsthand. There are many places around the world where the attitude of entitlement has already creeped in, and the expectations are so high. My wife told me just while I was gone that she was connected with a young lady on Facebook who's already asking, can she move here and live in our house from another country? There are people every day from every walk of life from all over this globe longing for the opportunity that rests in America. This morning I was listening to Lewis Howes, his School of Greatness interviews he's been doing for a while, and he had Wilmer, I believe it's his name, Wilmer Valderrama, who is from Venezuela, who moved with his family who had nothing when they came to the United States, and they landed in LA, and his dad was a mechanics runner. Now you can go and watch it. I'll try to go back and link the YouTube video so you can watch the whole thing in the comments underneath, but it was very powerful when he talked about how his parents started out in the U.S. and how he fought to be a great student, to create opportunity, to build relationships. And he had been in fine arts when he was in Venezuela. When he came to the United States, he got into drama in his high school. And when he landed his first show, when he landed his first commercial, in fact, he told his dad, this is what I'm going to do. And it was because at 2 a.m. someone stole their car. And his mom and dad were having a real hard time. He knew their income was going to be directly impacted by not having a car in LA. And he said, it's okay, Dad. I'm going to be a big actor one day. I'm going to buy you a house, and we're not going to worry about money. And his dad said, that's okay. You do that. He said, in his own words, and again, watch the video, but he said, it was like my dad gave me permission right then to succeed. Like my dad said, go for it. I'll figure out the car. I'll figure out how to feed us for the next week. You go live your dreams. You go do what you're made to do, what you believe you can do. And he said right there that opportunity began to blossom. And I landed the commercial, and I got the job, and it paid okay. But then I got called for a pilot, and that pilot led to a program, and I was able to, soon after that, 200 episodes later, retire my parents and buy them a house. Opportunity is for everyone from everywhere. But you can hear it in his voice as he talks now, looking back on Venezuela, and he said, I know people still there, and I know that there are doctors and lawyers who are standing in food lines waiting for rice and milk. And when you go through the line, they X your hand to make sure that they know that you've already gotten your rice and milk portions and that you won't get any more. It was similar to that where we were. Rations on paper products and paper goods, certain things that are limited for the community to have and to use. We take Wi-Fi and internet access for granted. In some places, you can only use it in public, where everyone can watch what you're doing. And you have to pay for it by the hour to have access at all. And not everyone is privileged enough to have the kind of money necessary to have access. But privilege is opportunity unveiled. Privilege is taking advantage of and expecting that opportunity to be there. We are privileged in America in a lot of ways. What we really need to do is take that opportunity and make it easier access for many others. We don't need to complain about what little access we do have to opportunity. We need to crack that egg open and share that opportunity with others. Find a way to make a way for somebody else. Lead someone else to opportunity. Walk with them on that journey. Wilmer talked about how there was a woman who she's famous in LA. Apparently a lot of people know her. I don't spend a lot of time in LA, And I'd never been in the acting circles. But when he was 15 or 16 years old, she took him in and allowed him to attend her acting classes at no charge because she believed in him. She saw his potential. She knew that opportunity awaited him if he was just prepared when it came. I believe that's absolutely true. Luck waits at the intersection of opportunity and preparedness. When your opportunity comes, if you are not ready, it will pass you by. But if you don't start now preparing for that opportunity that's coming, if you don't begin to break down those walls of fear, of obstacles of disbelief of your own, obstacles of disbelief or barriers from others, judgments, pride, ego, if you don't start breaking those things down now, preparing yourself to be the best at what you do, what you long to do, when opportunity comes, it'll be like the bus that fails to stop, the ship that never comes close enough to the shore, the airplane that fails to land. You'll see it. Opportunity will be close enough, but you won't be able to do anything with it. Take some time today to ask yourself the question, what opportunity am I looking for? What is it that I really want to do with my life that I haven't even tried up to this point? I heard a great message while I was away. He told a story of being a young man going to the airport for the first time, and he got his bags out of the taxi and he set them on the curb, and he watched the doors that would open automatically. And he stood there on the sidewalk watching the doors open for person after person after person. People would go in, people would come out, the doors would open and then instantly close again. He said, I thought to myself, I can't get through those doors from here. When they opened, I would have to run really fast and run over people to get my luggage through the door. But the longer I stood there with no one coming, the door simply wouldn't open. Finally, someone came behind me and said, would you just go? And when I stepped forward, the doors opened. I had to get close enough to the opportunity for the door to open. And I realized when he said that it's true in my own life. That there are doors of opportunity simply waiting for me to get close enough for the sensor to know that's what I want. Those doors of opportunity won't open if you're standing back too far. Those doors that stand between you and your future are automatic doors. You may have to struggle through the crowd. You may have to drag your luggage on your own. You may have to bring some baggage with you that you didn't intend to carry. But if you stand still where you are, the sensors of the door don't know you want in. How bad do you want it? Are you willing to take up your baggage and drag it a little bit closer to the doors of opportunity? Close enough that the sensors know that you want in? Would you struggle with it like an elevator door if it was trying to close and stick your arm in and risk that it's going to close on your arm to make sure that that sensor knows you're there and you want in? When you look at the opportunities in your life, and they are multitudes, which ones are you willing to fight for? Which ones are you willing to struggle for? And if you think by chance that you're in a place where there is no opportunity, there is no future, there's no chance for your life to be better, stop now and start planning a trip. Find a local church. Find a local civics organization that travels to countries where there's poverty. Go help build a water well. Go on a medical mission and help feed and clothe starving children. Go see some of these communities where the houses are literally shipping pallets that have been disassembled and reassembled into a home. Go see these places where the children wear the same clothes every day because they don't own anything else. One of the gentlemen on the trip with us gave away a t-shirt to a little boy that was at the soccer field with us. That same night, the little boy came to the church service, took the shirt off and put it in the offering plate. And when the guy chased him down and said, wait, that was a gift for you. Why did you put it in the offering plate? It was for you to keep. He said, well, the day before you told us that we should give the greatest thing we have back for others. And that's the greatest thing I've ever received. I have to give it back. If a t-shirt is the greatest thing you've received this week, carry on, you're off the hook. But if your opportunities have been more abundant than that, if the opportunities that you've turned down because the opportunity wasn't good enough for you is more abundant than a nice t-shirt, start packing your bags. You need to leave for a moment to shift your perspective so you can see what real opportunity looks like. I heard heart-wrenching stories of 12-year-old girls who were willing to sell themselves into slavery to get an opportunity at a better life. Our world shouldn't be like that, but there are many places where it is. We have people protesting in the streets to get $15 an hour for a very basic job. Those young people would be happy to have $15 a month to support their families. Opportunity is there for everyone. It looks a little different for everyone. The barriers between you and your opportunity are different for everyone. But if you will just take a step toward your opportunity, toward those things that you long for, there's a real good chance that those automatic doors will recognize your effort and make a way for you that you cannot believe. I want to challenge you to take a look at the poverty levels around the world and find a place that you can go and serve, where you can go and create an opportunity for someone else, where you can go and do the work that needs to be done. I think it'll change your perspective on opportunity. I'm J Loren Norris, and you've been watching Tell It Like It Is TV. Don't forget to crush that subscribe button right there on Facebook Live if that's where you like to watch, or YouTube if that's where you like to watch. I'd love to have you as a subscriber so you'll get notifications when each of these new videos come up. I've also had some reaction to the 2 minutes of transformation videos that I released while I was out of the country, and I will be doing another series of those, so they will release as well over a period of time. I may send them at a different time of the day, but I will record several and load them up so you can share those with friends. They will be no more than 2 minutes long, but hopefully impactful and powerful and challenge you in your life. Until I see you again, I appreciate you taking time to be with me, and I appreciate you letting me be a part of your day. God bless.